Hello everyone, my name is the Ultimate Spy, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed number 172. And today, I'm going to be reviewing the movie Land of the Lost. So what did I think of Land of the Lost? Oh my god, this is probably the funniest movie I've seen recently. It was so funny. Oh my god, it's so funny. I mean, obviously, it did not get very good reviews, but again, I have my own opinion on it, and it was hilarious. Oh my god, I mean, it's so funny. The idea is it's supposed to be loosely based off the original TV show from the 70s or something like that. It's obviously very different, but it's similar in some ways, but my goodness, so funny. Will Ferrell, who stars in the movie, he just nails the comedy. He's so damn funny. I could not believe how hard I was laughing, because, like, oh my god, it's so great. Especially because of the script that's involved. It's just, like, oh my god, like, my favorite line out of the entire movie is said by Will, who's this, like, southerner, Texas, I guess, played by Danny McBride. And basically, he says this hilarious line in his fireworks shop, basically, and it's like, you spend $30 in crap. It's like, when I heard the line, I'm like, oh my god. Because fireworks are basically crap. You're basically buying crap, so it's like, such a funny line. I love that line. It's just like, it's probably one of the funniest lines in the movie. It's so damn funny. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie. A lot. I mean, the story in general is very interesting because it revolves around Rick Marshall going back in time to a place where, you know, past and present and future meets. Okay, the future really isn't in there, but past and present meets, and you have it's kind of like feel like an apocalypse happened. It's like everything's all meshed together and it's just weird. But the story is that he has this Tachyon device. He goes back in time with, you know, Will, and then also this British woman from Cambridge who goes with him because who's actually obsessed with him about him being a genius and all that stuff. They go back in time, you know, with the Tachyon device. He doesn't think it actually works. It does work, and they basically go on this wild adventure with, you know, monkey people, dinosaurs, and these Sleestock things. That's basically the idea. And then, of course, it turns out that the Sleestock are going to invade Earth. That's kind of the idea. But still, I really enjoyed this. There's a lot of funny moments in this movie. I mean, the acting was great. The special effects with the CGI, not the best. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse CGI. But it's like, it's decent for, you know, 2009, which was when the movie came out. It's like 10 years old, this movie. It's decent for the time it came out. Again, it's not like the best CGI ever for a dinosaur, but it's, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's a little bit better than like Jurassic Park CGI. Still, it's not bad. Yeah, this movie wasn't amazing. It wasn't perfect, not at all. It's meant to be a comedy film. Not every comedy film you watch is gonna be amazing. So the things that I really enjoyed were definitely obviously when Will tries to sell them all these fireworks and they go into that cave. And then they come to this area with this glass pyramid, and basically Rick and Will like basically sing their voices are like distorted. It's so weird and so funny. I just love that. So that's one of them. The next one is when Rick gets dino urine. Literally, he gets dino urine. Like seriously, he goes to a T-Rex and just like gets urine. I mean, like really? I mean, I feel like they probably just got, you know, water and just like colored it differently, but like. Ugh, it's literally piss. It's urine. It's pee. It's like, and then he does himself when he just like drinks it a little bit, or I didn't know he drinks it. He just puts it in his mouth, and it's just like, ew. And of course later on the dinosaurs like, yeah, they're very hectic. It's like, because Rick is an idiot at that point. It's like, yeah, that was a stupid idea to do. You don't do that. You don't do that, okay? But that was hilarious. Like, because especially since Will and Holly are trying to get a kid like. Yeah, how did that work for you? Like, getting dinosaur pee. Like, really? That's really gonna solve your problems about dinosaurs. You're really gonna escape them. They're really not gonna detect you, huh? Good luck with that. And then there was also Rick giving up. Basically, they're in this wasteland where the present things like a pool and the cars and all that stuff are just like, you know, these bridges and all that crazy stuff is just, you know, here and there. And then he just, you know, the Tachyon device gets carried away by pterodactyl after, here's the thing, getting thrown out by a female T-Rex who actually got blown up. And somehow it got into a dinosaur at the beginning of when they arrived in this land of the lost, which makes no sense at all. Like, seriously, how did it do that? I mean, like, I think the impression is that it was moving, but it's like, what? How can it do that? How can a dinosaur eat it? I don't know. But still, basically Rick's like, oh, well, Tachyon device gone again, freaking pterodactyl, so he just gives up. And lies in a car that's like, this car's like on its front end, and he's just lying there. It's like he's giving up, and then he gives up and giving up. And then later on, the most disgusting thing ever, but it's also hilarious, because it's like, it's basically, it's hilariously disgusting. And by that I mean, he comes back after he decides to give up, give up and giving up. And he gets a ukulele, and he sits down, and then obviously he doesn't wear bug spray because there's bugs everywhere. And this giant ass mosquito just gets on him and then just starts sucking him. Just starts sucking his blood. Because obviously mosquitoes do that. That's in their nature. They suck. But like in this movie, it's like a prehistoric mosquito. So they're huge. It sucks his blood because that's the idea that the host that they can suck. They can like, I guess, make more mosquitoes. I don't know exactly how it works. Mosquitoes are disgusting. And so it's just this horrible thing. He doesn't even realize that there's a mosquito on him. He's just like singing, going on his ukulele, and this mosquito just goes up to him and just sticks his mouth sucker thing, his little needle into his neck, and just starts sucking it. You could hear it like blood being sucked, like just like it's so gross. And then like it zooms out, you have Holly Chaka, who's the monkey man they met earlier, and then Will, who's the Texan that they met at the fireworks shop, and they're just goes like, oh my god, it's sucking his blood out, and then of course Rick gets tired as hell, and it just keeps sucking, and then it leaves, and then it goes back, and then little he doesn't know that it's sucking his back, and so he gets all tired and he's just about to collapse because he's too tired, because obviously when blood leaves you get tired, obviously, because you don't have your blood sugar's low, so you don't have as much blood. So basically, after he tries to do a little more of a singing, he just kind of kneels over, and then the mosquito has now grown huge because it sucked out so much blood, and so it's just it's disgusting. By the way, it's disgusting. It's it's a sack of a mosquito, just like this. It sounds like a waterbed, like that. It just sounds like maybe not a waterbed, but like a gallon of water. It sounds like a gallon of water, just sloshing around, and it's huge. And then of course Rick collapses, and then and obviously the mosquito dies and bursts out, and all this blood and disgusting all that stuff. And then Rick's like, what happened? It's like there was a bug on you, but now it's gone. It's like Rick didn't even realize there's a bug on him, and then he doesn't even realize it goes behind him, it's on the back of his back, right here, around here. And then in the morning, he turns around and it's this giant spot where he bit it. It's so gross. Oh my god. Did you not realize what had just happened? I mean, obviously he's delirious about what just happened, but it's oh my god, it was so gross. It's disgusting, but it's also hilarious because he doesn't realize what's going on. I mean, the fact that the bug is actually doing it, it's sucking it. It's normally that wouldn't happen because that zoos can't do that crazy. They suck blood, but they don't do it that much. I mean, it's obviously a prehistoric bug, but ugh, gross. Oh my god, it was so gross. It's also funny because it's Rick had no idea what was happening. The next scene that I found rather funny was Will, Rick, and Chaka, the monkey man. They're just lying on the beach thing after they have gone swimming because there's a pool there. And then this giant crab just starts walking. I'll probably need to eat him or something like that. And then they're like, oh shit, it's coming really close to here. Probably should get out of here. They don't leave, obviously. And then the crab starts getting closer, and it just falls into a sinkhole. It's a guy there, just poof, and then it's and then it collapses in chunks, and it's well, food. It's okay, food time. And then they eat giant pieces of crab. It's oh my god. It's who would have known that was gonna happen? Oh my god, it was what? But also, speaking of which, one of the scenes that made no sense because there's a scene where they are, there's a lot of dinosaurs, even raptors, a lot of dinosaurs, even tiny ones, all over the place. It's kind of again, past, future, and present, mixed together. Maybe not future. I mean, maybe the future for like a sleeve stack, maybe that's what she's talking about. I can't really describe that. I mean, I guess that would probably make sense. But basically, there's the scene where the dinosaurs are feeding, and this ice cream truck just collapses in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, where did it come from? It just appeared out of nowhere. Like, what the hell? I mean, it's one thing to find something funny, but one thing is like, how can that just appear out of nowhere? Where did it come from? I don't know. That's what I was confused about. I didn't understand that. I mean, obviously the guy inside dies, but like, what the hell? It just made no sense. Like, okay, it just comes out of nowhere. Cool. All right. Whatever. And the Chuck and the Monkey Man, who is it's like a prehistoric monkey man, basically. He doesn't speak English at all. He has his own little language. And apparently Holly can translate that somehow because she spent time at the zoo. And apparently monkeys have their own language like that. But basically, Chuck, who can't speak English at all, they come to the pterodactyl egg thing where the check-in device is because it was landed there. The music stops, and then you have Will, Rick, and Holly all singing the song, and then Chuck interrupts, as in the song cue. There's a part of the song that cuts where Will's singing, and for the first time, Chuck actually sings, and this time it's actually in English. Like he sings the whole chorus line from the song, and it's English. It's like, what? When did that happen? I don't understand that. It didn't make any sense, but at the same time, it's like, well then, who knew he could speak English? I guess like he can sing in English, but he can't speak English. Makes no sense. I don't know. That was just a really weird thing that I'm like, okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Now there's a scene where Rick and Will approach a little space where two Sleesock, who are these reptile things. Their idea is that they're going to take over the Earth, basically, via portal. And apparently they're like a couple or something like that, and so basically they strip their skin, which is disgusting. And then obviously Rick and Will get it to like disguise themselves as Sleesock to get, to blend in with the Sleesock. And it's like, you kind of wonder, what would Sleesock actually look like without their skins on? And I don't even know, but like, it just makes you wonder, what would they really look like without their skins? I don't even know. I don't think I want to know, but it's like, you kind of wonder. But there's also a Sleesock, the different species of Sleesock, and it's actually voiced by Leonard Nimoy. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of lines, but like, it's him. It's definitely him. I looked it up. It's for sure him. It's really cool to hear a voice cameo like that. I mean, I call it cameo because he really wasn't in there very long, but it was still really cool. So I liked it a lot. In fact, that Leonard Nimoy voices a character, in this case the Zon, who's like apparently he's supposed to be the antagonist of the movie, but it turns out that Enoch was. He's the guy who originally was a good guy, but no, he's evil. Funny how that works out in movies. But still, it was really cool to see Leonard Nimoy voice a character like it. It was just surprising. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time, so it was very cool. And the last hilarious thing that I liked about this movie was the before and after talk show. That was hilarious. My goodness, before and after talk show was so damn funny. I enjoyed it so much. And basically, before the events of The Land of the Lost, where they go back in time, there's a talk show that is hosted by Matt Lauer, who's basically this talk show host, and he's interviewing Rick about his time warp thing. And both times, before they go to the Land of the Lost and after they come back in the Land of the Lost, it always ends up with a fight. So it's like he's like showing his book, and then he leaves. And then he comes back, and then it basically gets tackled. And then later on, when Rick writes the book about Matt Lauer can suck it, that's the book name. And then Matt Lauer just goes after him because it's like, oh, this is the title of your book. You're insulting me. He just like goes after him. It's just like so funny. And then he has this pipe is like, no one told me I could smoke. I could smoke in here. It was like, oh my god, it was so funny. I just love it. It's so funny. And then obviously the post-credit scene was great with Sleesock, egg being in there. It was like, oh yeah, this is like could take the world now. Okay, that's one no. But still, that was hilarious. It was fantastic. I also liked Holly a lot. She's this young, beautiful woman from Cambridge, which is in the UK, which means she's British. And she has this beautiful brown hair that later on in the movie she ties into braided pigtails, which is such a cute hairstyle. I love that hairstyle. And she's absolutely gorgeous, and I mean, it wasn't just her looks that really made her a fun part of the movie, but also, her feelings for Rick in general were kind of implied a little bit. Like, she knows that Rick is a genius, but, like, it's never really implied that she actually is in love with him. It turns out the entire time she was in love with him. Like, she wanted to kiss him from the start, which is a very interesting thing. I liked her not only because she was British, but also because she was a amazingly gorgeous woman. I mean, that's one of the reasons. But also, she's just like really fun, and I mean, also she can translate Chaka, which is so cool. Like she can translate that language. It's amazing. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about Land of the Lost. It's a fun movie. I mean, despite the reviews, who cares? I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. And it's a hilarious movie. It's so damn funny. It doesn't matter what people think about certain movies. It's just funny, and I really enjoyed it because it was so funny. It was so random and so just weird, and you know, Chaka is a very weird character. I don't know. It was just a really funny movie. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's comedy. Will Ferrell does a good job at comedy. He's so good at that. And I really did enjoy a lot of this movie. It was just fantastic. So I'm gonna leave this review with I don't know. It wasn't a perfect movie, so I can't give it a perfect score. Obviously not. 8 out of 10. And it's just funny. It's just funny. That's why I'm giving it a pretty high score, because it was just funny. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Reviewed. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe for more episodes of this series and of the series that I do, as well as good content. Also, make sure to hit that bell to enable alerts so you don't miss any of my uploads. And I'll be back next week with another episode. Right?